What's going on, people? It's your guy, your man. Don't know if I want to say your boy. Anyway, it's me, G. I'm here. It's Sunday, raining like crazy, sunny, cloudy, windy, hurricanes, all in one day. But we're here, surviving, thriving, and here to give you another video. End of the week, I know it is Sunday. I try to get a video out at least once every single week, and not about to let that stop by any means. Even if it just, I don't really have any topic that I want to go through today, other than one thing that's been on my mind of late, and it only really popped up into my mind, like I guess a couple of weeks ago. I was talking to I think a few people, my parents, and they were trying to encourage me to go out there and have some time for myself and like hang out with friends and stuff like that. And I tried to tell them, like, yeah, I don't have friends. So what I want to talk about is, as a man, a parent, a father, in this society, modern day and age, is it really, shall I say, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, acceptable to be, well, not a hermit, but I find myself, like, objectively, I don't have friends, and that's not to say that I can't make friends, because I've been great, like, with making friends. I find it really easy to make friends. I'm not the biggest fan of like hanging out in big crowds and big social situations. I try to avoid that, but if it's like a few people that I know quite well, then yeah, I'm all for it. But I've just found that once I finished university, I didn't really have a close, tight-knit group of friends anymore. And I guess the closest, like, other than a few people that I can count on probably one hand, maybe 2 or 3 people that I still keep in touch with, that are really, I consider really close friends. But they have moved around the world. One of them is in Australia or Uganda, and I have another friend, lifelong friend in Scotland. So I keep in touch with those guys. But in terms of like physically being in the presence with other people that you consider your peers, outside of work, and those are just like, I appreciate having work colleagues that I get along with, but you don't really get to hang out with your work colleagues as much as you'd like to, I suppose. So is it normal, is where I'm coming from, to be in the situation where you find yourself not having a friendship group that you could just call up and say, hey, do you want to go do something today, whether it's like go to the pub or go to the movies, or go play some sports, go fishing, whatever it is. I don't have that, and that's what I want to ask you guys. Is that okay for mental health aspect of things to be like that? Because I find myself not really being able to unwind or take time out from the day-to-day activities, be it parenting, working, doing stuff at the house. That's pretty much me and what I do, and that's how it's been for at least the last 4 to 5 years. And the question is, can that build up into like some sort of unease because you're not taking the time to go and hang out with people? And don't get me wrong, today I was in a situation where there were like a group of people that I actually enjoyed talking to and stuff, and it was great. Oh, there's my chicken, I gotta turn it around, flip it over. I'm doing some chicken thighs and some chicken wings. Let me get to that right now, and then I'll get right back. Alright, so the chicken's looking good. So yeah, I'm just gonna come back to what I was saying, and that was, in this modern age, and if you look at it through the lens of you know, the Andrew Tate model of like, guys, you should just be a lone wolf. Is it okay to be a lone wolf? I don't even know if he advocates for that. But you know, what I mean is like, would it be beneficial? And I think it might be, you know, to be able to have a close-knit group, small group of friends, 1 or 2 people I'm talking about, and be able to have somebody that you can hang out with and go and do stuff and chill outside of your family, that gets your mind off things, and you can just like have a conversation. So I want to hear from you guys out there. Are you in a similar situation to me, where it's almost like you're isolated in some ways? And what have you done to find ways? You know, I know you can talk to people on the internet and stuff like that. And for me, doing this YouTube thing is kind of like another way of having conversations with other people. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Make it short and sweet. Don't really have a lot to discuss this week. And is it healthy to be social? That's it. Because, you know, you can get caught up in your home life to such a degree that you neglect you know, we're social beings, as they say. Humans are social animals. And I wonder what the effects are of depriving that social side of your life for too long, and if there are any repercussions. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. And sorry it's a short video today. I'll hopefully have something a bit more substantial this upcoming week. I am keeping to this OMAD diet that I'm talking about. Perhaps I'll go through that this later this week, which is OMAD is an acronym for 1 meal a day. And I could talk about how that's going. And yeah, hope you have a good week ahead of you. And I will speak to you soon. Peace out.